big focus story. BJP leader and actress Sonali Phogat died of a heart attack in Goa on Monday night. The 41-year-old leader had complained of uneasiness to her staff on Monday, after which she was taken to the hospital. In fact, we are still awaiting the post-mortem details, but the local police say that the actor had a heart attack. The actress had gone to Goa for 2 days for a shoot. Sonali Phogat's parents are now on their way to Goa from Bhutan village in Haryana. In 2016, her husband, interestingly, Sanjay Phogat, was also found mysteriously dead in a farmhouse. Her sister has now alleged foul play over her death, saying that she spoke to her on Monday night at around 11 p.m. and Sonali had told her that she was feeling uneasy and was not feeling comfortable after having her meal. So for the sake of our viewers, who was Sonali Phogat? Let's just put out the graphics for our viewers to tell you who she was. She was a TikTok star to begin with. She was equally active on all social media handles, an actress turned politician who enjoyed a massive fan following. So social media influencer, TikTok star, made her TV debut in 2006 as an anchor in a Doordarshan show. She joined BJP in the year 2008, contested the Haryana Assembly polls from Udhampur constituency, which she lost, in fact, to Congress's Kuldeep Bishnoi in the year 2019. She was in charge of BJP's Scheduled Tribe wing in Haryana, New Delhi, and also Chandigarh. In the year 2020, she became part of the reality show Bigg Boss 14 that was hosted by Salman Khan as a wildcard contestant. Now, the important part here is Sonali Phogat is not the only case. A series of similar cases of young, successful actors, celebrities meeting untimely death due to heart attacks. So let me go across to my colleague Pooja, who will take us through the other cases that are strikingly similar, at least in terms of the fact that someone in the prime of her youth, prime of her career, peak of life. Pooja, good evening. Take us through the other cases as well.
Yes, a very good evening to you, Afrida, and all our viewers. In fact, a very unfortunate incident coming to the light, but this is definitely not the first time when we are hearing a youngster dying to heart attack. In fact, this has been a very common phenomena, very sadly, in the recent months. And in fact, very recently, it was comedian Raju Srivastava who in fact suffered a cardiac arrest while gymming, and he's currently in fact admitted in a critical state in Delhi's AIIMS. Not just that, in fact, going back to just a few months back, in the month of June, in fact, legendary singer KK passed away while performing in Kolkata, following which he suffered a heart attack. And very important to note that, in fact, today is also KK's birthday. And going back to last year, in fact, we saw how the Bigg Boss contestant, Bigg Boss winner and Fear Factor winner, known for his impeccable work in the serial Balika Vadhu, Siddharth Shukla, also passed away at the age of 40 in September last year. And, in fact, even in down south, we've lost some of the biggest superstars, right from Chiranjeevi Sarja, who died at the age of 35. In fact, when his wife was pregnant, he again suffered cardiac arrest and passed away. Very untimely demise. And in fact, talking about the son of Kannada superstar Dr. Rajkumar, Puneet Rajkumar, too died last year in the month of October after in fact suffering a cardiac arrest while he was in the gym. So definitely, once again, this very unfortunate and tragic incident puts the spotlight on what exactly is leading to more and more number of heart attacks amongst the youngsters in today's time.
Yes, absolutely. Gone too soon, like we are saying, and completely unexpected, leaving their fans, family in a state of shock and dismay. Thanks for joining us, Pooja. Let me now introduce our panelists this evening. Joining us here on the program, Dr. N N Khanna, senior cardiologist and advisor to the Apollo Group of Hospitals. Nasir Abdullah, actor. And Manvi Taneja is also going to join us shortly. She's an actor and model as well. Very good evening, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us here on The Big Focus. Dr. Khanna, coming to you first, because this is an issue that we are highlighting for the sake of the people at large, also to create some sort of an awareness about how important it is for us to take care of our health, even as we lead the lives of, fast-track lives, busy, erratic lifestyles often enough. Do you see a pattern, Dr. Khanna, as a cardiologist? What has been your experience in dealing with such cases? What would you say are the factors responsible for this very high number of cases coming from showbiz, from the entertainment world particularly?
Okay, so that's a good question, and it's a fact which is now getting more and more, visible to the public that many of the celebrities, or young celebrities, are getting heart attacks and dying out of it. This is not something very new. This has been a very common phenomenon, especially in young, hyperactive, very, very ambitious, young people who sort of take hormones, who smoke, who don't have proper sleep. It leads to a high catabolic and high catecholamine state, and this leads to a minor plaques, and there are minor erosions inside the blood vessel, and there is a blood clot, and which causes a heart attack. Sometimes it also initiates electric short circuiting in the heart, and that leads to a heart attack. So these people, if you actually look at their arteries, they won't be big cholesterol blocks, but because of the rupture of small plaques and because of erosion of the plaques, there is acute clotting in their blood, and that leads to either a full-blown heart attack or a cardiac arrest because of electrical short circuiting. So what are the takeaways from here is that, a very balanced life, good rest, good sleep, and no hormone, no smoking, no, what you go to the gym and they have these energy boosters, all those are not required, and they are very, very harmful. And a simple lifestyle is all that is required to prevent this, this epidemic of heart attacks in young, especially in
Yes.
India, which is now becoming very common.
Yes, this is very important information, Dr. Khanna, that you're sharing with us, and you're literally calling it an epidemic of heart attacks. Manvi Taneja is also with us. Manvi, as you know, Raju Srivastava even now is battling for his life, and in his case, it seems he collapsed in the gym. There are certain similar cases earlier as well. So is the pressure to perform, pressure to be fit, pressure to look good, all of this also adds to the entire system, making it so difficult sometimes to deal with the kind of lifestyle, to deal with the expectations. What would you say is the reason that we have seen so many cases of heart attacks in young celebrities?
Yeah, exactly. See, there's so much of pressure in an actor's life. If you see that it's not easy the way it looks like. As in, people think that the actor's life is very glamorous. It is very easy, but it is the way it is. It doesn't look like so much of pressure is there these days. You can say in terms of getting a project, to look good, look fit, remain active on social media platform, and every time you need to look better and better. If you look better from your competitors, then only you'll get work, otherwise you'll not get work. We have also seen this in the past also, that we have lost so many actors due to heart attack. I can give you example of Siddharth.
Yes.
He has lost his life because of heart attack. He had so much of pressure to keep himself fit. He used to take supplements because suddenly he has gained weight, and to reduce that he has taken some supplements, and due to that it affected somewhere in his body. And I totally agree with the doctor where he said we need to maintain a life, we need to have a balanced diet, and need to do a proper gym with the intake of food. It should be under some guidance. And yes, a big no to supplements, because taking a supplements can give you a shortcut to reduce your weight, to look slim, but later on it gives you an impact. It hits you somewhere or the other. It hits on your heart. You suddenly get a cardiac arrest. So
right.
it's
There are
better
at another level, on one level, you might think you're taking care of your fitness, but at another level, it might be an abuse of your system as well. So both these things sometimes may be counterproductive, the way you are dealing with your day-to-day life. Do you agree, Mr. Nasir Abdullah, that the fast-track life takes a big toll, sometimes in these young stars?
I want to totally agree with Dr. Khanna. Actually, he seems to have said everything that one has also been hearing in the past. And obviously, he's the boss. He knows everything very, very well. And it is true. I would like to add one thing to it. There are many other factors that slowly maybe create a problem that nobody's aware of. No doctor would know as such in advance. There aren't any signs. There may be a rupturing. There may be a weak, like a blood vessel. And the causes are manifold, and it's a mixture of them. often enough it happens that these actors, etc., they work long hours, and then the food intake, often enough, the quality of the food is not always great when it's actually handed over in the unit, etc. Then they end up eating all kinds of not great stuff to eat from the outside sources where hygiene is not a surety, the quality of the food isn't good, and deprivation of sleep and the disturbances of the patterns. For example, I am 20 years older to the lady who died recently and the others. But here is the deal: because I don't work too hard and too much, I hardly gym, etc. So overexertion, a lot of rest is important. But I think overworking in the gym, but you never know. You might have worked out in the gym very hard and overdone it, but you will not realize that the process, some damage has happened, which may take half an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 3 days to manifest itself.
Yes,
that's
very
another
important
story.
points again and good observations there, Mr. Abdullah. I want to put all of that again, whatever we discussed so far, to Dr. Khanna, especially with the points that you made, Dr. Khanna, about proportion, about balance. But I want you to, since we are doing this program, also to create awareness, for those who are watching us. You talked about rest and recharge. You spoke about energy boosters. You also brought out the point about how, and in fact, this is something I want to say about the fitness regime, the punishing schedules, the sleep deprivation, which Nasir Abdullah was talking about. Can you put in perspective for us which are the most important things we need to take care of to avert these kind of heart attacks?
Okay, so let me start with a simple thing. This is a day of, a fashion of fast track life. When we really analyze what fast track life is, it is all what you said. And I must tell you, a fast track life is a faster road to death. So if you really want to live fast track life, you'll definitely die younger and you will get sick. Now, if you look preference, what are the causes? The most important is stress and lack of sleep and taking supplements apart from energy boosters and smoking and drugs and to really make you feel high. Those are the more important ones, and a constant, like Manvi was saying, a constant struggle and urge to be performing. And you have to understand, today's world, there is tension, there is stress right from the time the child goes to a school to the time when he dies. So that stress management is the way to actually work on preventing these sudden deaths and have a good quality of life. Be it sports, be it meditation, be it anything, the stress management is important. And the most important way to sort of deal with stress is a good sleep, good sound sleep. Listen to your body. That's more important. There's no point having 8 packs, 6 packs. There is absolutely no point. It doesn't qualify that you are more healthy. If you get up feeling good, you have a good appetite, and you feel strong the entire day, you are a more healthier person than any of these people who have good
Khanna,
figures
sometimes
and
it hits
many
you when you
abs.
least expect it. Look at someone like Siddharth Shukla, who everybody was talking about what a fitness icon he was. So somewhere, do we get it wrong? Do we need to take expert advice, the fitness regime that we are following, the gym schedules that we are following? Often enough, the trainers that you have in the gym are not exactly, prudent when it comes to, or say, well-versed with the health information. They only would probably tell you, and I'm saying this out of personal experience, on how to build muscle or how to lose this much weight, but they may not have the entire picture as someone like you, a senior professional in cardiology, would know. So do you think youth get misguided, people, in their desire, in their eagerness to look good, take shortcuts which are again very damaging?
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. These are shortcuts, and looking good in terms of figure is not,
Okay, I think there's some disturbance with your audio. Yes, Mr. Abdullah, Nasir Abdullah, please.
Yes. Yeah. I just had a thought to actually corroborate what the doctor is obviously saying. He knows everything on the insides of our working. But I just had a brilliant idea, and that might work. That is to, when you're doing stuff and, the hard stuff, and all these exercises and all that, etc., etc. It would be nice to pray to God and say, dear God, don't allow me to cross the limits. I don't want to die here. I don't want to die in my sleep. I don't want to have a heart attack. So guide me through this. So the Gayatri Mantra might be a good idea to recite 3 times before you undertake any of these gym duties. It's a thought.
Important, very important. Anything you want to add to that, Manvi Taneja? What do you follow? What do you do? You're an actor and model yourself. Is there certain health mantra that you go by that you would like to suggest?
Yeah, I eat healthy. Everything which I do is under the observation of the doctor. The dietitian give me a diet chart. I follow that. And even I have a personal trainer in the gym. I do whatever he instructs me to do. And sometimes if I don't, I'm not that energetic, then he asks me to do an exercise for only half an hour.
But I would really suggest now you corroborate it with a senior doctor like Dr. Khanna after what we have seen. Nutritionists, trainers are all right. But I would suggest, since we are discussing the topic, and that is the message I want to put in. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah. So he doesn't push me over to do an exercise, and if I feel I'm not that energetic, then he asks me to leave the exercise and take a rest for 1 or 2 days maybe. And my diet is from the dietitian, as I said, and I eat everything. I eat dal, I eat chapati, I eat rice, at times I eat junk also, but that through the guidance, because everything is a necessity, as doctor said, that you need to have a balanced diet. And yes, of course, 9 hours sleep, I don't avoid that. No matter how busy I am, I try to take 9 hours sleep, because it refresh you if you sleep. Yeah. So you need to have a balanced diet and a balanced lifestyle and no to shortcuts. Not at all.
That's what the cardiologist in the panel has emphasized, that you need to do stress management and the rest part of it, the rest and recharge part of it, sleep deprivation, since it has come up a number of times. Dr. Khanna, quick last word to you. Are we undermining the importance of sleep? It is one of the, very underrated issue, not discussed enough, the importance of sleep and rest.
Absolutely. People think that if you can work more and you can deprive yourself from sleep, you actually will be more productive. That's not true. You will be less productive in any sphere, but also you have to understand that sleep is important to build up your immunity, to repair all the damage which has happened in the 16 hours of the working of the day, and also to repair yourself hormonally, emotionally, and also biochemically. The sleep is actually, that is the time when your body actually not only rests, but recovers and regains and repairs itself. So that is very important.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Khanna, Nasir Abdullah and Manvi Taneja for joining us. I think this is an important conversation that we had today. Some very, very important suggestions made by the panelists and from Dr. Khanna. All the important advice. I urge viewers to pay heed to each of those things. Thanks for watching. Let's take a very short break here. News and updates continue on the other side. Do stay with The Big Focus.